Three different reading patterns are built into this course on purpose, and picking the right one for where you are now is what determines whether you make progress this month or just open the course and close it. The patterns are not three flavors of the same content. They are three different paths through a body of material that is too dense to read linearly and too sequenced to read at random. The first carries you through the founding work in execution order. The second carries you into specific decisions when they come up. The third carries you to vendor selection after the upstream decisions are made. Pick the path that fits your situation today. The course supports switching paths as your situation changes. This course is a book. Most courses are designed to be read end to end, and most students who try that with a course like this one give up around Module 4 because the relevant lessons for their situation are not adjacent to each other. Books work differently. A reference book gets opened to the page that answers the question in front of you, and then closed. A textbook gets read in a sequence that has a teaching arc. This course is built to support both ways of using it, plus a third way for the vendor evaluation decisions that come up later. Pick the reading pattern that fits your situation, use that one first, and come back for the others when you need them. First reading pattern, the maps in Module 1, 6 of them. One default for someone starting cold with no entity and no clients yet, and 5 variants for the most common other situations. Already operating informally, side practicing on a W-2, exiting a corporate role, founding a U.S. entity from outside the U.S., or living abroad as a U.S. citizen. Each map is a numbered step sequence with dependencies and parallel work markers. Read the map as a graph. Walk the steps, and the steps tell you which topical modules to drop into. The maps are the chronological on-ramp. Almost every student starts here. 6 maps means 6 starting situations covered explicitly. Default, forming cold from scratch. Formalize, already operating informally as a sole prop and need to clean up while still operating. Side practice, building a coaching practice on the side while still W-2 employed at a day job. Corporate exit, leaving a corporate role to coach full-time with the cliff and the windows that come with it. Non-US founder, not a US person, but US clients pay you. US abroad, US citizen living abroad and still subject to worldwide income filing. Pick the one whose first 3 steps describe what you most need this week. If 2 look close, that's the tiebreaker. Second pattern, the topical modules from 2 through 19. These are the encyclopedia. Deep, durable, sequenced by founding logic. Entity work before tax work before retirement work before risk work. The maps in Module 1 point you into these. Or something comes up in your practice you didn't plan for, and you go straight to the topic. A chargeback from a difficult client, Module 9. The bank asks for an operating agreement and you don't have one, Module 4. The CPA wants the receipt storage methodology, Module 7. The encyclopedia is what you use after the on-ramp gets you operating, and it is what you come back to for years. Third pattern, the Tools Encyclopedia in Module 19. Vendor evaluation, specific software, specific platforms, specific bookkeeping services, placed last on purpose. The criteria for picking bookkeeping software depend on the entity decision in Module 4 and the bookkeeping methodology in Module 7. The criteria for picking a payment processor depend on the offer structure in Module 8. Starting with the tool is how coaches end up paying for the wrong stack. buying QuickBooks before deciding whether to do cash or accrual, buying a CRM before knowing what the client lifecycle looks like. Module 19 is the right answer in the wrong place. Use it after the upstream decisions, not before. Most students use all three patterns at different moments. A map carries you through the execution sequence the first time. The topical modules carry you when something specific comes up and you need depth on it. Module 19 carries you when you're picking vendors and the upstream decisions are already made. Few students read the course straight through, and the ones who do tend to be the ones who already founded a business once before and want the full reference for the second time around. Both patterns work. Pick the one that fits where you are now and switch when the situation changes. Module 20 is the capstone, and what you build is what gets reviewed. The founding pack is 6 artifacts, plus the year 1 calendar activated, filed entity, books running with real transactions in them, payment processor leave, at least one pro engaged with an engagement letter on file, retirement vehicle picked and opened, E&O insurance bound, submit via heartbeat, I review. The verdict is either satisfactory or revise, and revise comes back with specific notes. You are not certified for completing the course. You are certified for building the foundation the course exists to teach you to build. Open Module 1. Read the 6 unit headings. Pick the one whose first 3 steps describe what you most need to do this week. Open the paired PDF for that map. Look at the first 3 steps. Those are your next 3 videos. Then come back here. Pick your starting module from the lesson the map sent you to and start the topical work. The map carries the sequence. The topical modules carry the depth. The vendor encyclopedia waits until you've made the decisions that determine what category of vendor you actually need. That order is what compresses the founding work from 6 months of avoidance into a couple of focused weekends of execution.